Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the basketball edition of the Huddle. I'm Ruth Lang here with sports editor Mike Brown. And the tournament trail is getting tougher for the boys' teams, for the girls' teams, as we saw three of our local boys' teams, four I think actually, got knocked off. We have Sebring lost to McDonald, Alliance lost to Bookdale, and Louisville lost to Medina Highland, and Western Reserve also took a loss as well.
Yeah, and these are good basketball teams. It's just, it's tough as you go through the tournament to advance. And, we had some youth with some of our teams, even though they were good this year, like Alliance was good, and they really, that team really came around. But it was a youthful team, and it's a process. A lot of times you have to go through a tournament run, and I think Alliance will be much better for that next year. And again, Louisville had a great run. Louisville in D1, it's tough in D1 because, Louisville's playing schools that are actually a lot bigger than they are. Which is kind of a flip from the league, because they're the biggest school in the NBC. But Louisville is just over the limit to be a D1 tournament team, and so they're playing a lot of bigger schools. But they got some tournament wins and got some experience there. And but yeah, it's we're getting down to the nitty gritty as far as that goes. Ruth.
Right. So remaining for the boys' teams are Marlington, who is going to be playing tonight.
Right.
Against Akron Vincent St. Mary, but they had a victory on Friday over Akron Kenmore, and they got their Division II sectional crown. They have have had an up and down season,
yes,
but they really played that game hard, and they earned that victory.
And they've, it's funny because their season's been up and down and up and down, and now it's back up again at the right time of the year, at tournament time. And Marcus DeVries had a big game in the other night again, their win over Kenmore. So Marlington got to play two home games in the tournament, which is really nice for a team. There's a comfort level there. And then, like I said, as you mentioned, Ruth, is taping. They're playing Akron St. Vincent St. Mary on Wednesday night. So, we wish them the best with that. Obviously, by the time people see this, that game will have been a final. But, they were, Marlington, as it turned out, was the second to last area team in the tournament left for us. So.
And then in Division 4, St. Thomas Aquinas again. I don't think that was a surprise because they were state runner-ups last year.
Right.
But they rolled past Western Reserve, another area team.
Yeah.
In the District 4 semifinal on Tuesday. They did a little bit of an adjustment there on their defense to stay in the game and took advantage of some of the turnovers that Western Reserve made to take the victory in that game.
And they had Gino Pellegrin had a great game. Jacob Paul had a great game for St. Tom in that game. That's a team that's a seasoned team. 4 of the 5 starters came back from that team that was a state runner-up last year. And that means so much, especially when you get in a tournament because you've been there and done that so many times. And that was a really good win for them over a good Western Reserve team. 81-50, that's a 31-point win, and that was a close game in the first half. So, St. Tom really got it going. I think the sky is the limit for them this year because I think they're a team that's got a chance to get back to Columbus and do something there.
And for the girls, we've got our 2 remaining teams left are St. Thomas Aquinas and West Branch, and also Western Reserve as well.
Right, that's correct.
Three actually area remaining girls teams.
Right. The the Western Reserve and St. Tom girls will be in Division 4 regional action at Maslin Perry on Thursday night. St. Tom's going to play the Berlin Highland girls, and Berlin Highland has a great boys and girls basketball program. Both their programs are fantastic. And then in the second game that night at Perry, Western Reserve is going to be going up against the Cuyahoga Heights Redskins, and that should be a good game too. So the winners of those games would go on and play Saturday for a regional title. And then when you talk about the West Branch girls, I followed West Branch girls basketball for a long time, Ruth, and their win over Chagrin Falls, 36-29 on Tuesday night in the Barberton Regional was probably, I would think that has to be in the top 2 greatest wins in their school history, considering the level of the opponent. Chagrin Falls was 26-0 going into that game. West Branch was 25-1. And, Chagrin Falls, as we were talking to off camera, had a 6'5" center and her sister 6'1". The one's going to Michigan, the other's going to Ohio U on basketball scholarship. That was a great Chagrin Falls team, and West Branch really got it going in the second half with great defense, and obviously, their leader Melinda Trimmer had 25 of their 36 points.
Talk about making an impact. That's a lot of points. I mean, that's following on the heels of 24 points in their game Thursday over Field.
Yeah, they've really got it going, and I think they've got a great shot to get to Columbus. I mean, they're right at the doorstep. The Lady Warriors will play Saturday at 2:00 for the regional title, and they're going to go against the Geneva Eagles, who are 19-7 on the season. And I would think West Branch would be a pretty heavy favorite in that game. But again, that's why they played the games. And especially in the tournament trail, you never know what's going to happen. So, they still have to go out and take care of business. But I think they've got a great shot for this to be the third team to get to Columbus in West Branch girls basketball history come Saturday.
And we'll be there for coverage of that. So until next week, we'll see you on the court.